I've been noticing something strange. There's this constant hum beneath how we live, this quiet, invisible hunger to consume. Not just things, not just clothes or skincare or books or coffee, but experiences, ideas, people, advice. We're always taking something in, filling in space, filling time, filling ourselves, but never really asking, do I need it or have I just forgotten how to sit empty? When we talk about consumerism, we usually talk about stuff like physical, tangible items, fast fashion, Amazon hauls, even trend cycles. But consumption has gone far deeper. We're consumers of energy, of ideas, of each other. We scroll through people like products. We consume aesthetics like identities. We gather opinions like possessions. And the strangest part is that we do it with spirituality too. Meditation tips, book quotes, inner liberation hacks, manifestation, as if wisdom were just something that you could acquire, like points in a game. But wisdom isn't bought, it's grown. And that growth happens within the soil of emptiness. It's sneaky because it feels productive. I mean, how can it be bad if I'm learning and becoming more aware? There's a sort of incongruity here. We consume because we want to be better. We want to be healed, whole, and transformed. But the constant seeking is what keeps us trapped. I'm realizing that consuming without integration is just another distraction. It's spiritual materialism, in a sense. We want to buy inner peace with outer knowledge. But the truth is that most of the answers that I'm looking for don't live in a podcast or in someone else's words. They live in silence, in stillness, in the parts of me that I avoid when I'm busy consuming. And it makes sense why we do it. Consuming is safe. It gives us something to hold on to. And silence just feels like free falling. But what if emptiness isn't a threat? What if it's medicine? The body needs to digest food, and the mind needs to digest experiences. Without pauses and spaces, nothing really becomes wisdom. Everything sort of just passes through you, untouched. And space isn't empty. Silence isn't absence. Silence is the presence of everything you've been running from. Ourselves, our knowing, our breath. And listen, I'm not separate from what I'm critiquing. I'm here speaking into a camera, contributing to the very stream that I want to escape. It's strange how easy it is to talk about slowing down while speeding up your own thoughts, trying to make it all presentable and concise, to speak of stillness while still chasing metrics in a sense, and to share insights that I'm still in the process of embodying. I'm not outside of the system. None of us really are, but actually noticing it feels like the beginning of waking up. So I've started asking, what happens when I stop reaching for the next thing to consume? What if I allowed silence in my day? Because oddly, the less I consume, the more space I have to create, not for output or performance, but as a natural response to being present. When I'm not constantly absorbing, thoughts become deeper, feelings become clearer. I start viewing life with more clarity. And life starts to shape itself into something meaningful only if I stop drowning it in the noise. So this constant consumption of content, of ideas, slowly erodes our connection to ourselves. It interrupts our ability to be with what's already there. We've been conditioned to fear stillness, to treat silence as a void we need to fill. But maybe the spaces we rush to fill are the ones that are the most worth listening to. Because if nothing has time to settle, nothing has time to become real. Growth, insight, and peace don't come from adding more. They come from allowing space, learning to stay, and from giving life the room to unfold on its own terms.